Hello, you're welcome. You're welcome onto my channel today, and it gives me great joy to observe you are viewing this video. I'm Professor Olayinka Akonle. I'm a lecturer in the university. On this channel, I do a number of stuff, but all the stuff I do, sociology and research, are very central. Meanwhile, if you have not subscribed to this channel previously, kindly go ahead and click subscribe on your screen right now. Tap subscribe on your screen right now to join my family of subscribers. The video today is on Auguste Comte, 1798 to 1857. Auguste Comte reigned philosophically, intellectually within this period. Auguste Comte was a French philosopher born in France. And this is very important because it was in the context of the French Revolution in France that he wrote. It's at this point that he theorized, he philosophized. So that's why I always say the context of experiences of philosophers and writers and scholars, academics, usually will ultimately influence what they write about and how they see life. That's why I have a video on this channel on how best to understand theory. You can view that video. I explain this, that context, that is the environmental condition, the sociocultural context, the demographic realities, the progressive or retrogressive experiences of people in their historical experiences will determine what they write about. So it was during the turbulence of French Revolution that Auguste Comte wrote. And this has to do, from what we later understand from his writing, his experiences, his worldview, his perception, actually ultimately affected what led to his contribution in sociology. So, and Auguste Comte is mostly considered the father of sociology. Don't forget, I dropped a video on Ibn Khaldun, and I mentioned this there, that Ibn Khaldun, I said something about Ibn Khaldun, and I linked that to Comte, and I told you I would drop a new video on Comte. So you can view that video on Ibn Khaldun so that you can understand the flow, because I told you I'll be dropping more videos on founding fathers or contributors of sociology. I started from Ibn Khaldun, then this is Comte. From Comte, I will move until I get to some more contemporary contributors. So people usually consider Auguste Comte as the father of sociology because it was Comte that used the word sociology as we know it today to describe the discipline. He created sociology as a distinct field of study. It was Comte that created sociology as we know today as a distinct study of society, as a distinct intellectual remit through which we can understand society. And it's because of the chaos, the disorder during the French Revolution that ultimately led to him looking for a science, a new science that will be able to understand the historical experience or experiences of people during that time, the turmoil that occasioned and accompanied the French Revolution. I will drop a video on French Revolution and Industrial Revolution because these two revolutions actually led to sociology as we know it today. So I will drop different videos on French Revolution and Industrial Revolution because you cannot understand the origin of sociology and even ultimately the founding father of sociology without understanding these two revolutions. So I will drop, stay tuned to this channel. If you are not subscribed, subscribe so that you can be alerted when I drop this video. So Auguste Comte coined the name sociology in 1838. It was in 1838 that Comte coined this word, used this word, sociology, to describe the scientific study of society. That's the way he describes sociology. That because of this chaos, this revolution, this disorder, social disorganization, the existing philosophies at that point in time, existing discipline at that point in time, could not explain the French Revolution and the consequences. So for Comte, it was time to develop a new discipline that would be able to explain that historical experience and problematic reality. So And it was to now, as a methodology, to be able to engage in scientific study of society, Comte established the philosophy of positivism. So after the coining of the name and some other issues, another major contribution of Comte was the positivistic ideology, the positivistic philosophy, the positivistic methodology. So positivism as we know it today is a major element of sociology. That's why when we talk about sociology as a science, how do we describe sociology as a science? It's because of positivism that Comte introduced. So I have another video on sociology as a science on this channel. Please view that video and you will understand more. And for Comte, he believed it was time then to engage in true knowledge of society, which should be scientific. That it was only through scientific methodology, scientific processes, that real, true, correct, sustainable knowledge could be gotten. And it was until we are able to have systematic study of society, scientific knowledge of society, that will be when we'll be able to understand human processes, to be able to explain the problem being experienced then and the problem being experienced today. That's why we say the subject matter of sociology is social order. Because it was in social disorder that sociology emerged. It was an attempt to explain social order and come about social order that sociology developed. And that's why today, sociology will continue to be relevant, because as long as there is social problem, social disorder like we have it all over today, all over the world, sociology will continue to be relevant. Once we have social disorder, social problems, we will always have sociology seeking knowledge, seeking understanding of these social problems, social disorder, to be able to achieve social progress, social development, and be able to understand, move in equilibrium, like we always have it in functionalism and structural functionalism. So it was during social disorder turmoil that sociology emerged to provide social order through scientific understanding. That's positivism. So today, sociology is as relevant as it was during the period of Comte. So it's time for us to have knowledge that will be able to explain social disorder for social order. That empirical evidence, scientific methods are the only ways to be able to understand and explain and provide solution to social disorder for social order. So another major contribution of Auguste Comte is what he described as 3 stages of society, which is also commonly known as the law of the 3 stages. 3 stages of society and the law of the 3 stages. What are these 3 stages? 1, theological stage, metaphysical stage, positive stage. For theological stage, this is a stage where religious beliefs form the basis for understanding society. The second stage, metaphysical stage, according to Comte, is a stage where abstract philosophical concepts determine what we know about society. The third stage, which Comte believes is the stage that society should get to, is a positive stage. This is a stage where scientific facts ultimately determine the knowledge of society. And this is the stage that Comte believed to be the best state that our society should get to, moving from theological stage to metaphysical stage, then to positive stage. Don't forget that I said Comte was a French philosopher. At that point in time, we have the concept of philosophical king, the philosophical king, the philosophy king, depending on how you want to look at it grammatically. So this is a stage where people used philosophy with regard as philosophers as the ultimate intellectual. But Comte, as one of the philosophers then, believed that with the new science of sociology, philosophers should no longer be king, that they should move from abstract theorization, armchair theorization, to that point where they engage in scientific knowledge. And that's very important, ultimately, if you look at that. And again, he created sociology into 2 branches. Comte moved forward to look at sociology from the angle of social statics, and again, second one, sociology as social dynamics. For Comte, sociology as a social statics should study, sociology should, as a social static, studies the forces that hold society together. Forces that hold society together to understand why the society at this point in time is like this. Then, as social static, sociologists will then begin to look at study of causes of social change. So you look at social statics, society as a static, what is holding it together, and again, as social dynamics, society must evolve and move to a point of where that society is at that point in time, and move to a society that you want to be. And if you look at it from the concept of conflict in French Revolution, it was looking at society then as a static in the context of that revolution and the associated challenges to another point of society in an orderly society that can only be explained through positivism. So these are so you can look at it or even today in sociology. When we look at society, we look at it from static perspective, what is holding it together to maintain social order, and we then begin to look at it from social dynamics to look at it at what direction of change are we moving to, positive or negative. And this is very important from sociology of development perspective. So if you look at all of these, we know that it is very important. Sociology remains very important today as it was then. And that's why I was looking at this from the historical perspective to contemporary perspective. Comte wrote many books, many of them, but the most influential one that I know, that I believe, is the one that I call The Course of Positive Philosophy. It was a 6-volume book, The Course of Positive Philosophy. He wrote it within a period of 1830 to 1842, 12 years, looking at the same issue, looking at the course of positive philosophy, still grounding and explaining and applying the positivism as a concept, a philosophy, and a methodology over the 12 years of 1830 to 1842, writing 6 volumes of book on the same thing, on the same issue. That's why it's a major book till today in sociology. And another thing, philosophers usually stand on the soldier of giants. That's a common thing you have to know in sociology. We say standing on the shoulder of giants. For example, now you are viewing me now, maybe as a professor of sociology, you are learning from me. The time will come that you also have to take it from where I've taken you to and also become a professor in your own right, a researcher in your own right, a philosopher in your own right, based on what you have learned from me. That means at that point in time, you are standing on my shoulder as a giant in sociology. Then you then continue from there to become a giant yourself. So in that metaphor, it's important to say that Auguste Comte learned from Saint Simon. Saint Simon was a great philosopher before Comte. In fact, Comte was his secretary at a point, helping him to write his manuscript, collect his manuscript. That's where he was influenced to become a philosopher and a thinker himself, and taking it further than the work of Saint Simon. Others have learned from Comte also. Cyril Mills was one of them, the sociological imagination. I will drop a video on Cyril Mills later on, and sociological imagination in sociology. And this so Comte laid the foundation for sociology and called it at that point in time sociophysics. That's where sociology was known at that point in time, sociophysics. And he looked at it from a more empirical perspective and adopted the methodology of physical science, saying we have to adapt this into sociology in social sciences. So sociology was known as sociophysics in its early stages in the hands of Comte, until again he now established it by calling it sociology. And still today is studied in humanities and social sciences and arts in some universities. But the positivism element of it continued to adapt the methodology of science, natural sciences or mature sciences. It's because of his belief that it should adopt the methodology of natural sciences. That's why he called it sociophysics, And he believes that sociology should be a queen science, that should be on top of all knowledge. Sociology should coordinate all other knowledge. And sociology should be defined as science, according to Comte, defined as science that will coordinate all other areas of knowledge and use it through this positive methodology to be able to explain social problems and understand social change for social harmony and social change in a progressive way. So sociology is the queen science, is the final science. And that's why you have sociology of nearly everything. Sociology of law, sociology of development, sociology of, of technology, sociology of the environment, sociology, industrial sociology, criminology, sociology of deviant behavior, population study, sociology of media studies, sociology of mass media, sociology of social media, there's sociology of engineering, sociology of knowledge. So because sociology, according to Comte, should be the final science that puts other science into use, sociology should be the science that is the final science to coordinate other areas of knowledge. Welcome to sociology. I will drop another video on another funding fathers or contributor. I've dropped video on Ibn Khaldun. This is a video of Auguste Comte. I will drop another one. Stay tuned and click subscribe to this channel. Bye for now.